Hello, Chargers. Today we're going to be looking at proportions. You may have done some work with proportions in the past. We're going to take it just a little step further and go with what we've been working on the past few days as well. Now, a proportion is just simply a comparison between two items. That's it. So step one is to identify your two items. What are you comparing? Step two, set up the proportion, making sure your items match up. That is going to apply to the word problems, which we are going to do in another video. So we're going to talk more about that in the next video. And then step three is solve like normal. So here's a review. This is the type of proportion problem you have probably seen before. So in order to do this, when you have a fraction equal to another fraction, nothing else going on. We don't have any +3 or anything else like that in the equation. We only have a fraction equal to a fraction. Then, if you recall, we can do our cross multiplication. So I can take and multiply across from the top on the left to the bottom on the right. So I will have 5 times 14. And that is going to be equal to what I get when I cross multiply go in the other direction. So from the bottom on the left to the top on the right. So that will be 21 times x. Remember, we always put the number in front of the x. That's our coefficient. So when we do 5 times 14, we're going to get 70. And that will be equal to 21x. And now we have just a basic, simple solve for x. This is a one-step solving for x. You're going to divide both sides by 21. And 70 divided by 21 is going to give you a decimal, but we don't want to do it as a decimal. So we're going to leave it as a fraction. So x is equal to, oops, it's not going to go page, hang on. I'll put it down here. X is equal to 70 divided by 21. Do not forget to reduce your fraction if you can. This one I can't, but if you have a fraction, make sure you check it to see if it can be reduced. So now that we're going to have the exact same process for the rest of these. So for example, A down here, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to cross multiply. I'm going to go from the top on the left to the bottom on the right. And that's going to be x plus 3. Now I need to make sure I put this in parentheses. Okay, because that whole entire thing, x plus 3, is being multiplied times 5. And then when I go from the bottom on the left to the top on the right, I get 2 times 1, which is just 2. And now we're looking at doing our distributive property. So 5 times x and 5 times 3. When I complete 5 times x, I get 5x. 5 times 3 is 15. And that is equal to 2. And now we're continuing with our solving steps that we've been talking about. Subtract 15 from both sides. So I have 5x is equal to negative 13. Divide both sides by 5. And that gives us x is equal to negative 13 divided by 5. And it's as simple as that. Cross multiply. Make sure anytime that you have something in the numerator or denominator anywhere, such as this, in this next problem, you have x minus 2 up there, put it in parentheses. Okay, always make sure you put that in parentheses, and then you're just going to solve as normal like we've been doing for the last few days.